Namaste, my dear friends. Now I am referring to you CMA Intermediate June 2024 examination question paper with regard to indirect taxation. Questions and answers are as follows. Here, question number 1, compulsory question, which I am presenting here for your kind consideration. By the time of reading of my particular question, you are able to answer because we have covered in the class elaborately all the points. Here, first point I am referring here. What is the monetary limit for gift given by the employer to employee in a financial year so that it is not treated as supply under the GST? The gift does not exceed rupees 50,000. In that case, here answer B is the right answer in the multiple choice questions. Further, who will levy and administer IGST? IGST is going to be levied and administered by the central government of India. Of course, it is further going to be apportioned between the central and state. Yes, next one. First, interstate supply IGST will be levied by the central government. IGST Act enacted by the central government. Therefore, in the given case, the right answer here is central government. Answer D is the right answer in the given case. Further, my dear friends, next point. What is the monetary limit for generating e-way bill under the GST law? If the consignment per consignment exceeds, the value exceeds 50,000, not exactly 50,000. If exceeds 50,000, then only e-way bill is required, which we understood in the regular class. We have been referred also. So, in the given case, more than 50,000, answer C is the right answer in the given case. Further, my dear friends, which of the following statement is incorrect? They are asking incorrect. If you refer the ABCD, the first one, power to levy GST on alcoholic liquor for human consumption remains with the state government. Absolutely incorrect. Reason, supply of alcoholic liquor for human consumption, for which the state VAT attract, on account of manufacturing it, state excise duty attract. It is non-taxable goods. As we understood, Article 366, Sub-Article 12, capital A, where supply of goods, supply of services attract the GST except alcohol liquor meant for human consumption. So, there is no question of levy of GST on alcohol liquor for human consumption. As a result, the first and foremost answer in the given case, point number A itself is an incorrect answer. Then we got the correct answer. Therefore, you can simply say that the right answer here is answer A. Point number, next point. Under the GST, due date of filing the GST at 7, return for authorities deducting tax at source, TDS, is dash, assuming there is no extension. It is nothing but 10th of the following month for every month. For the month of June, 10th of July, 10th of August. Like that, 10th of the following month is the right answer in the given case. So the answer here is A in the given case. Next point. Mr. Raja supplied a machinery to Mr. Ranka on 28th July 2023. The applicable rate of GST on that day was 12%. With effect from 1st August 2023, the rate of GST for such machinery was revised to 18%. Mr. Raja issued an invoice for the sale of the machinery to Mr. Ranka on 4th August 2023. He received the payment for the same on 10th August 2023. What will be the time of supply and applicable rate of GST? With regard to effective rate of GST, effective rate of GST is considered, my dear friends. Here, when you have issued the invoice after the change taken place, then payment received after the change taken place, then In that case, when the invoice issued, rate of GST 18%. When you receive the payment, rate of GST 18%. When you supply the machinery, that time rate of GST 12%. So among the three, which is majority here means 18% is supporting invoice as well as payment. As a result, effective rate of GST is here 18%. Then with regard to time of supply, in case of supply of goods, advance payment cannot be called as a time of supply. In that case, time of supply in the given case is the date of invoice. Date of invoice is nothing but in the given case when they issue the invoice on 4th August. Therefore, 4th August is the date of time of supply. Resultantly, in the given case, the right answer here is answer number point number B is the right answer in the given case, my dear friends. Further, my dear friends, referring to you. Next point. A credit note is issued by dash and is a document accepted for GST purpose. So I have taken here the credit note is issued by dash and is a document accepted for the GST purpose. In that case, credit note issued by supplier, for example, supplier issued the credit note means he is reducing his output tax liability by taking the credit. So in that case, point number B is suitably right answer. Issued by credit note issued by supplier for reducing the tax liability. Of course, reducing the tax liability is none other than reducing the taxable value of supply is the meaning of it. Answer number B is the right answer in the given case. Further, my dear friends, on which of the following values IGST cannot be levied under the Customs Tariff Act 1975? Of course, as you are aware of that, GST cannot be levied on GST compensation cess. GST compensation cess cannot be levied on the GST. So, in the given case, where point number C, if you refer, basic custom duty plus GST compensation, that means IGST cannot be levied on GST compensation cess. Therefore, answer here point number C is the right answer in the given case, my dear sir. Further referring to you here. Next point. Under the Customs Tariff Act 1975, safeguard duty shall be ceased to have effect on the expiry of here 4 years unless revoked earlier from the date of imposition. However, the central government may extend the period of levy not exceeding 10 years. Therefore, in the given case, 4 and 10. So, answer number point number B is the right answer in the given case. Further, my dear friends, refer now section B of your intermediate paper number 7, Indirect Taxation, June 2024 examination question paper. I am referring now. Here, question number 6A. State the difficulties or limitations in pre-GST regime in the context of indirect taxes which were removed with the introduction of GST. Simple. As you are aware of that, prior to the GST law, there was so much of illness under GST. GST is a cure for the ill of those indirect taxes. So prior to the GST law, there was cascading effect of tax. There was multiple levy of taxes. There was what we called the taxes are levied by the central state and there is no input tax credit facility available on those days when there was a CST, Central Sales Tax, Interstate Supply, CST, liable to pay. If so, can I able to claim the input tax credit? Not allowed because CST is interstate supply. Each time of supply, that time GST goes to, the CGST goes to as a revenue to other state. Therefore, there are so many deficits. There are central level taxes, state level taxes, multiple taxes like central excise duty, service tax, octroi, entry tax, thereafter the purchase tax, thereafter luxury tax, like that. There are so many bouquet of taxes which we suffered earlier prior to GST law. Now, under the GST law, we have a cure for all this type of illness. So difficulties can be removed with the help of introduction of GST. So these points I referred here for your kind consideration, simply to make you understand. Further, my dear friends, so the answer to the given case here is as follows. These are the points, difficulties. These are the difficulties. These are the difficulties was there earlier. Further, my dear friends. Question number 6b. Write a short note meaning, functions and silent features on GST network GSTN. Simple. GSTN is section 8 of the Companies Act 2013, non-profit making organization. It was incorporated under the Companies Act with the private and public partnership form. Public and private corporate company it was. Thereafter, central government, state government taken equal 50 and 50 holding in that particular private limited company. As a result, now it is a government company. It has functions. GST portal has statutory functions, non-statutory functions. And the network portal is a backbone to the GST law today. Those functions are available here and I explained a number of times in the class. Functions of the GST. What functions we call statutory functions, what functions we call as a non-statutory function. Simple to say, statutory functions are those functions where the department officer involved and carried out the activity is called statutory functions. In the case of non-statutory functions, the network portal system software itself is taking care without involvement of the department officer is called as the non-statutory functions of the network portal. Further, my dear friends, referring here, question number 7a. Mrs. Pooja running a fancy store and also a footwear showroom is registered under GST in the same PAN in the state of Uttarakhand. Mrs. Pooja is not engaged in making any interstate supply. Her aggregate turnover in the preceding financial year 22-23 was 50 lakh from fancy store and 45 lakh from footwear showroom. As per the provisions of the GST law, examine the issue and provide the answer with the supporting explanatory note to the following. First point, is Mrs. Pooja eligible to opt composition scheme in the financial year 23-24? That comes into picture. What was the previous year turnover? 50 plus 45, 95 lakh. Where they are located? In the state of Uttarakhand. In the state of Uttarakhand, if you are a provider of a supply of goods, being a trader, the aggregate turnover should not exceed 75 lakhs. But here exceeded 75 lakhs. Therefore, in the current year, Miss Pooja not eligible for composition scheme. First case, not eligible for composition scheme. Second point, whether it is possible for Pooja to opt composition scheme only for fancy store and normal scheme for footwear showroom. First of all, not eligible. Even though if they are eligible, in case you can't opt for one particular unit composition scheme, for other unit normal scheme, you cannot do so. Either you may be across the India as composition scheme, if not you are as a normal scheme, but you cannot opt both the schemes having one PAN number. Further, rework. If Pooja is running a restaurant as well as fancy store, whether she is eligible for composition scheme if aggregate turnover in the preceding financial year 22-23 was 30 lakh from fancy store and 35 lakh from the restaurant services. That means 30 plus 35. How much comes here? 65 lakhs. What is the limit for them? Maximum limit not exceeding instead of Uttarakhand is 75 lakhs only. If so, how much they now achieve the turnover? 65 lakhs in the previous year. If so, not exceeded 75 lakhs. Resultantly, in the current year, they are eligible for composition scheme. The answers are given here for your kind consideration. Point number 1, point number 2, point number 3. Further, my dear friends, question number 7b. Mr. J received an advance of rupees 25,000 on 7th May 2023 for supplying of goods. He delivered the goods on 16th May 2023. He raises an invoice of rupees 75,000 on 20th June 2023 and received the balance payment on the same day by NEFT in his bank account. What will be the time of supply for above transaction under GST law for the purposes of payment of tax? What will be your answer if the above information related to service instead of goods? And Mr. Joy would have provided services on 16th May 2023. There are two possibilities they are asking. First, if they supply the goods. In case of supply of goods, as you are aware of that, advance payment cannot be time of supply. What is the time of supply here? Means the date of invoice. If the invoice has been issued on or before supply of the goods. In the given case, on 7th May 2023, goods for which advance payment received 25,000 rupees, not a time of supply. He delivered the goods on 16th May. He raised the invoice 75 rupees on 20th June. That means after delivery of the goods, he issued the invoice. That invoice cannot be considered as time of supply. The invoice out to be issued but not issued, which is what date? The date here is on 16th May. Therefore, on or before 16th May 2023 should have been issued the invoice. Have you issued a? No. In that case, time of supply is equal to 16th May 2023 for the entire value of rupees 75,000. So first case here, time of supply in case of goods. In the case of goods comes into picture, time of supply here is 16th May 2023. Is clear, my dear friends? Then coming to the next, if the supply, not supply of goods, if the supply of services, if so, whether your answer will change? Yes, because in case of supply of services, advance payment is constituted as a time of supply. In the given case, advance payment 17th May 2023 is time of supply for the advance amount of rupees 25,000. For the balance amount of rupees 50,000, time of supply is the date of invoice or date of payment, whichever is earlier. If the invoice has been issued within 30 days from the date of completion of supply of service. If not, date of completion of supply of service or date of payment, whichever is earlier. In the given case, my dear sir, invoice has been issued on 20th June. That means to say that invoice not issued within 30 days from the date of the completion of supply of service. Completion of supply of service on 16th May 2023. 30 days ends by almost 15th of May 2023. But when you issued 16th of May to 30 days means on 15th of June 2023, this 30 days ends. But when you issued when you issued that invoice 20th of June, that means after the expiry of 30 days from the date of the completion of supply of services, invoice issued. Therefore, the date of invoice should not be considered. Then what is to be considered? Date of completion of supply of service, that is 16th May 2023, or date of payment received. When they receive the payment for the balance amount of rupees 50,000 is on 20th of June, which is earlier 16th of May. So, two time of supplies for advance payment 25,000, supply of services before which advance payment received. date time of supply. One is 7th May time of supply. Second, balance amount of rupees 50,000 is received, for which time of supply is date of completion or date of payment received, whichever is earlier. Here earlier is date of completion of supply of service, which is 16th May 2023 is the time of supply for the balance amount of rupees 50,000 in case if it is a supply of services. Answers has been given here for kind consideration, my dear friends. Further, question number 8 I am referring here. As per the provisions of GST law, determine the effective date of registration in the following independent cases. 1. The aggregate turnover of Mrs. Parvati and Company, utensil trader of Delhi, has exceeded the applicable threshold limit of 40 lakh on 1st October 2023. It submits the application for registration on 20th October 2023. Registration certificate granted to it on 25th October 2023. Further, point number 2. Mr. Hardik is an architect in Jaipur, Rajasthan. His aggregate turnover exceeded 20 lakh on 25th September 2023. He submitted the application for registration on 27th October 2023. Registration certificate granted to him on 10th November 2023. Legal provision should form part of your answer. Sir, simple. Registration chapter. Effective date of registration. When we talk about here, first case. In the given case, have you submitted application for registration within 30 days from the date of need arises to go for registration? When he crossed the limit of 40 lakhs turnover to go for registration on 1st of October. When he applied for registration, application for registration 20th October. From 1st of October to 20th October. That means within 30 days he made application for registration. If so, the date of effective date of registration is the date on which he liable for registration. When he liable for registration? 1st of October. So the answer here, first point, 1st of October 2023 is the effective date of registration in the first case. Second case, in the case of Hardik, when he crossed the limit turnover 20 lakhs on 25th of September, but when he applied for the want of registration on 27th of October, that means to say that he is not applied for the want of registration, the application within 30 days from the date of need arises. Therefore, the date on which certificate of registration granted to Hardik is the date of effective date of registration. When the certificate is granted to him on 10th November. So 10th November is the effective date of registration for Mr. Hardik. Further, my dear friends, question number 8b. Sham Trade Company of Kolkata has imported one machine by air from USA. Sham Trade Company has given the following particulars related to his transaction. Amount, values in dollars as well as rupees. FOB value of the machine US dollar 25,000. Air freight, loading, unloading and handling charges associated with the delivery of the imported goods to the place of importation $3,000. License fee relating to the imported goods the buyer was required to pay in US dollars as a condition of sale, which is $500. Design and development engineering charges paid to the consultancy firm in Mumbai 10,000 rupees. Buying commission paid to in India rupees 15,000. Insurance charges paid to the insurer in India rupees 8,000. Demurrage charges for delay in clearing the machine from airport paid by importer rupees 12,000. Further, bill of entry submitted on 30th June 2023. Exchange rate as notified by the CBIC 75 rupees per US dollar. Rate notified by RBI 76 rupees per US dollar. Date of arrival of aircraft 10th August 2023. Exchange rate as notified by the CBIC 77 rupees per US dollar. Rate notified by the Reserve Bank of India per dollar equal to 78 rupees. You are required to determine the assessable value of the machine imported by Sham Trade Company under the Companies Act, under the Customs Act 1962. Show working with explanation. Very simple, my dear sir. We want to find out here FOB value of customs because they given FOB value of exporter is given. We want to find out the FOB value of customs. Here, to the FOB value of this machine, $25,000, have to add license fee relating to imported goods. The buyer was required to pay in US dollars as a condition of sale. In that case, it is addable. So I present it here for kind consideration. So $25,000, add $500 of this license fee, then you will get FOB value of customs. FOB value of customs, $25,500. Now, sorry, in the given case, they given air freight. Whenever air freight, it should not exceed 20% of the FOB value of the customs. So given air freight is $3,000. If I apply 20%, if I apply 20%, 20% on your FOB value of the customs, which is 5,100, whichever is less. The actual value what is given in the given case itself is the lesser value. Therefore, I taken $3,000 as our air freight. Then you have to add further. It is in the dollars, no. Therefore, $28,500 now came, which you convert to Indian rupees. Which exchange rate should be considered? The exchange rate of the CBIC at the time of submission of bill of entry. Relevant exchange rate in the given case here is at the time of submission of bill of entry, the exchange rate of the CBIC 75 rupees is relevant. So $28,500 multiplied with the 75 rupees per dollar will get 21,37,500. Add to that insurance charges from exporter to importer place. In that case, you will get CA value 21,45,500, which is our assessable value. What is asked under this question here is find out the assessable value as per the Customs Act 1962. So we got it, assessable value 21,45,500. As simple as this. Thank you, my dear friends.